Ha, guys, I'm finna sign for you again. Yeah? You're awesome. You're amazing. Happy Queens Wednesday, guys. We have been having interview after interview after interview. Yes. Thank you so much for staying with us. Good things happen when you watch Y in the Morning from beginning to end. I promise you. All right. So you know it's a girl talk, and you know it's international. Hey.
Day of the Girl.
My goodness, whoever named this holiday, we need to speak. But thank you, we appreciate you for appreciating the girls. And with me I have the Fias Hilda Wadidi and Penina for Pearl. Karibuni Studio, tena na tena.
Asante.
Yes. So now, this empowering... 0700345457, that's our WhatsApp line. Start with your name and where you're watching from. I'm sure you want to participate in this conversation. 22162 is our text line. You start with the YM254. Now, we have empowered the girl child so much, but I want to pick on very controversial things.
Yeah.
That where we have been empowered, they need to go to school, keep hygiene, do a couple of things for ourselves, be independent, but it reaches to a point where a boy can be very fluid with his sexuality, but a girl cannot.
Yeah.
A boy can have a polygamous situation, a woman cannot. You know, all these clashing. Are we empowering our girls, or are we allowing them to do certain things and then stopping it there?
No, I think we've come a long way so far from where we've come from. If you look at how we used to be treated traditionally, we have really tried. There was a time when women would get less pay. There was a time when it was harder for you to be in school because there was no, like in Africa, for example, there was no sanitary towel. So during that time of the month, you disappear from school.
You have a kahol you sit on.
But now we've come a long way. Like there are so many campaigns that have been happening that have been empowering ladies, and I think it's good that to see other women empowering other women. Like our mothers now are showing us how it is to work. You know, this we don't grow up in scenarios where our mother stays at home and waits for our dad to bring all the money. These days they both go out. We both go to the same schools. They both hustle. So we are almost there. We are not quite there yet, but we are almost there.
Yes.
What do you think, Penny?
Yeah, let me first congratulate the United Nations for starting this day, because it was meant to empower, to see the girl child and be able to celebrate. But it is a wide statement, because in developing countries now, about 116 million women have never completed primary school education. And you know, as much as you empower a woman, intellectually, it's very important to empower them. There are those who by birth they are intellectuals, and there are those it's good to go to school. So as much as we are empowering the girl child by talking, they're empowering, when you come about maybe working and being able to, the mother, it's about urban usually. And also in the rural areas, they are where people have already gone up. But still, when we look at the global vision now, we'll see there are places where still the girl child is looked at as your father sees you like, this is my wealth. As you grow, you can see the number of cows. It has not yet gone. Yeah, that early marriage, sexual assault. You just look at a girl, she's just vulnerable. So we just need to look at how can we be able to make her safe. Yes. I
was in a forum of a couple of gentlemen yesterday, and we were talking about gender equality or lack thereof. They were arguing you can never say that what a man can do, a woman can do. Not even better, just a woman can do. And I was like, no. Then they continue to say that the boy child has been suffering. Oh, the boy child doesn't have this, the boy child doesn't have this. I countered. I told them, you know what, the only difference between you and me is you feel you have pressure as a man or as the boy child bracket, but your pressures are spread out all through your years. My pressures, mine has a time limit. So we discussed this getting married situation, having children. Yeah, so what are we doing about this? Are we still empowering ourselves? Am I just somehow just feel smart and everything, but at the end of the day,
surely a woman has a timeline. A man, even at 100, can still give a seed. But a woman has to plan and know there's a time limit that I'll not be able to do this. But still the man will be able. Because you could be married by a man and at reach an age that you cannot do anything apart from just being maybe there for sexual intercourse. And he feels like this another. You can even marry at 18 years old. So we have different timelines. But as you have said, the boy child also need to be taken care of. But surely, when you look at the illiterate number of people in the world, 2/3 are women. So a third is men.
2/3 of the illiterate
people in the world.
Illiterate being you cannot basically read or write.
Yeah, they are women. 2/3. Yeah.
What is
happening? I also think it's very possible, because if you go to countries like the United Arab Emirates, almost half of the ladies there don't go to school at all, because first of all the oil families, the ones that grew the Arab state as it is, they made so much money. You know, actually, Asians are very rich. It's not
Arab
a joke.
Money.
Yeah,
Arab money.
Yeah, so they have so much money in the family, in the wealth. They don't feel like they need to educate, because even their sons, they just teach them how to run the business after them. Then the girls, you get married.
There's no
but you know they're economically empowered.
Yes,
but when you are not economically empowered, you're not educated.
Yeah.
The thinking capacity is low. Where will you go, really? These people you cannot compare with them. They have so much, even that girl never goes to school.
Yes.
And this boy, you look at, when they go, even they concentrate on accounting, because they just want to be able to make their books clean on money making, because there is that source of cash because of the oil. But us here, if you need also to be able to think right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have started with empowerment. What is empowering? What is empowering in your definition?
Yeah. Empowering is telling somebody that they're able to do whatever it is that people tell them that they can't do. It's just exceeding the limits of what the society has put for you. Just crossing that line.
What they see, what people see, and what you are supposed to be. You know what's a vision? There's a difference between a dream and a vision, or a sight. Because when I'm looking at this, I can see this blue, but there's beyond this blue where I can't see there. That's where the vision is. So when you empower somebody, they'll be able to, what is in there, the potential in them, they'll be able now to see, I can become so and so. You look at Val, and why can't Val be the next president at a time? There's nothing wrong with that. She has all the qualities to become. But if she looks at herself as the Val, the girl that can just be a presenter and a mother, and that is the end of her, it's okay. But if you are empowered and show that you are able to do that. Like, let me celebrate Mama Rachel, the vice president, a date like today. She has empowered women through the table banking.
Okay.
Women who were able, would stay at home and wait even for salt, until the husband comes. A salt and a matchbox is not available. Now she can even buy a plot for herself through table banking. That's how you can empower a woman. Show her you are able. Yeah. What can you do with the little that you have? How can you grow and become what you can become?
Is there a danger of intimidating the boy child now that if you empower a woman like that, to the point that she doesn't need now the husband to, you know, be the breadwinner? I can be the breadwinner myself. I can even buy meat now, chamkate. So what are we saying? Are we going to intimidate the boy child? Is this why the boy child is now making noise?
You are not intimidating the boy child, because empowering a woman does not mean that she will not honor the husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just be able to help. I know a woman naturally is supposed to be a helper to the man. Yeah. What is helping? Helping is not just cooking for him and giving him food. You can help in so many ways. So when you are economically empowered, you help him. Yes.
Plus also, I think, like the saying goes, your candle doesn't shine less bright if you light somebody else's candle. So the only man that would feel intimidated by an empowered woman is a man who is not worthy of that empowered woman.
Yeah.
She needs something less than that. He needs something less than that.
Yeah.
Less of that.
Chimamanda, I'm a fan, as you know. She was talking, I think in the same TED Talk we showed on Monday. Yeah. She was asked once if she feels, because she's a writer, she's an accomplished writer, she's traveled the world, if she will be intimidated by a man, or if a man will be intimidated by her. And then she laughed. She said, you know what? In fact, any man that will be intimidated by me is not worth my time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even need to know. Yeah, just run from the get-go, so you don't need to be in my life.
You don't even qualify to be.
You don't even need to be in my life. So again, we're going to have, because there are two ways to this. We think it's a very beautiful thing. In fact, you can't have a garden without flowers, different flowers growing together.
Yeah.
So you have women doing different things and queening at it. Queen's Wednesday. Yes. But then you have external sources coming to tell, unaringa, by the way. Why are you acting like this? So you just remember your place. Just do what a woman is supposed to do. Huh? Just submit.
Now, what usually happens is...
be humble.
It happens, okay, we are still perceived in a not so, what can I say, encouraging manner, especially when we're trying to climb up the career ladder. It's much harder for women than it is for men.
It is.
Because you'll always be told, know your place. Or someone will, like, I've been seeing a lot of cases of where someone is using a career to bribe you. You understand?
Yes.
Like, I once remember Julie Gishuru spoke to us when we were in high school during a journalism symposium, and she said her first job when she was trying to get a job as a lawyer, because that's what she had studied, she went to, you know, there you go to the office of the VC or whatever, the person who is in charge. I've forgotten what she called him. Yeah, and then when she went to his office, this guy, she said, he told her, if you want to get in here, you have to do ABCD. She refused. He chased her around the table.
Let's just ABCD this a bit. Let's just backtrack.
Okay, like she has to give herself in exchange for an opportunity. Yes.
So yeah. So have you ever heard Julie Gishu's story how she worked in a factory?
Yes.
As she was trying to read. So afanyiwe kazi yote ndio kuja
Imagine,
hapa ndio
ndio
sasa
kuja ambiwe.
umwambie.
Yes. Yeah. And then she said she refused, so he chased her around the table. He literally tried to force her.
Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, like it happens. Another lawyer the other day was telling me how she had been working for a certain bank before she decided to do law for a while. And she's been waiting for a promotion because she had been doing really well and she's been told a promotion is coming. Unfortunately, now the MD was changed, transferred, and then a new one was brought in. Yeah, so now when the discussion came for the promotion, see, obviously they had put her name first. She refused. He said she has to go through me first.
What?
Yeah, so she was even demoted, in fact, when she refused to be with.
But that's a weak man. Men who do that, let me tell you, they are not even
But
worthy.
who's
And
laughing?
they are just weak.
Really?
Exactly.
And they are jealousy. They are jealousy.
But you see now
but that's not the way to do it.
But you see now she's been demoted.
Who's laughing
You
here?
see, like there's a way, even if empowering women, there's a way we need to create some certain we need more protection, to be honest.
There should be a law even to sue that kind of a person. Yes. You record him when he's speaking. Just leave the phone on. Record him and sue him. What kind of a life is that?
You're going to take that message.
It is possible. Let me tell you. With this kind of a phone,
you will probably think along the same lines.
Yes.
What are you doing to yourself? Who's hurting here?
Yeah.
Who is the one getting
hurt? That's very bad. Sometimes I say, what you do is plant a seed, Val. That man is doing that, and maybe as a baby who is just being anafungwa pambas kwa nyumba, unafikiria si mwanamke. She's coming up. Atapata mtu confuse amfanyia hivyo. Seriously. As a mother, I feel very bad for that. It is true. Yeah, it comes. Yeah, it's a seed you're planting. It comes to your children. It flows down. What is your child? It's your sperm which flows through the blood of that child.
Oh, God.
Yes. As a mother, I feel so bad when people doing that.
Really
you've tapped something in
you're planting a seed, you will harvest here on this land.
But anyway, the moral of the story is, look at these women I've just talked about right now. Who are they now? They still made history.
I can argue.
You say no. You just say no.
I can argue, no. we have a lot of artists coming, and a lot of female ones say, you know, he didn't do this for me, or he did half, the producer did half of the work, he didn't give this. I paid deposit, and until I had to give myself, nothing. They're frustrated, they're trying to make it out there.
I'm telling you, just say no. There's another opportunity coming for you.
That's true.
That is a platform you cross. Let me tell you, give me my own personal testimony. Me, I've worked in the places where people say men are like, you can't make it without them. I've worked in police headquarters, vigilance. I've worked in DOD for 5 years. But everybody respects. It's just how you carry yourself. They salute you, I'm telling you.
But now
if you carry yourself well, they just maybe think you are a wife of a very senior person they can't even reach. How you handle yourself as a woman? You just can't bow down to men like that. There's nothing a man can do that you cannot do.
Now you would behave
if
a
that is the
certain
way you want,
you're
let
branded
him
as slay
off.
queen.
I know, slay
Things
queen.
are going south.
Yeah, just being a slay queen is an intellectual property. Protect that, preserve it for your man.
Why?
Today is a girl's child.
For your man again.
Slay queenship is intellectual property. All right, that has given hope to quite a few slay queens out there.
I know.
I
Be
know
yourself, think the way you want to think.
Hey.
Exceed the limit.
Yeah.
And plus, if you say no, let me tell you, you know, most people, when you bow down to that pressure, you know what happens? You'll always live like that.
Yeah.
That's what will happen. Even the next job, the next thing, you'll always have to give yourself away to get it. There's no end. Once you start like that, there's no end.
Let me tell you
And
what.
yeah.
That the only pride of a woman, when you walk like this as a woman, what is your pride? You're feminine. Then why should you make it shallow?
Can I tell you, I was having a conversation. Oh, I had so many conversations yesterday, and we were discussing privileges. Privileges of being a man, of being a woman, of being a beautiful woman, of being of a certain ethnic group. But we kind of got stuck on being a beautiful woman, the privileges you get, you know, or the way people treat you. If at all you don't know that you're beautiful, my mentor decided there are very few people who are very beautiful and they don't know. But you will know because of how people treat you, how they'll approach you.
Yeah.
So if you're in a room and maybe you stand out, 3-4 of you, you will get preferential treatment, yes?
Yeah.
So are we really saying that we are equal to guys, but we just said we need a bit more protection in certain areas, but then we've also just said that what a man can do, a woman can do.
But we are not equal.
Are we sending mixed
He's
signals?
still the head, I am the neck. That has to remain.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to give him his position, but it doesn't make you a weak vessel.
Okay.
In the
You are
family.
supposed to help him. By the creation of God, a woman was supposed to help the man. He could not do anything without that. Yeah, he could not be able to do anything without me.
Why specifically in the family?
In the family, that's the only place where it applies. Otherwise, in terms of jobs and career, do whatever it is that you want to do. You see, like, I once had a perception when I first started in media. Okay, the first media house I went to, all the editors, the cameramen were men. So me, I thought,
It's a man's
it's
world.
a man's job. Because, you know, the girls were doing the directing, producing, writing. Some would edit for themselves, the journalists, the reporters would edit. But mostly, I just saw men. When it came to technical things, I saw men. Then I came to KBC. I got the shock of my life.
Women handling.
are
Shout out to
on the head.
Miriam, a very efficient camera lady.
There's so many camera women. All the editors are women and they're very fast. I was like, hiya. You know, I actually got surprised because I had thought, oh, maybe this is a man thing. I was even confused when I went there and I was, you're going to edit for me, you know, like there was already something in my head, some stereotype in my head. Yeah, and then I realized she's actually really good. They're all good. I was so happy because I was like, Bas, this is where I'd like to work. You know, like it's fair. No one looks at you whether you're male, female. Kama unaweza, unaweza.
Oh, it's true. It's true that the head and the neck is family setup. Because even now we have women governors, and at all setups we have women. Yeah.
I wanted to ask now. We have, I feel maybe in our generation, we are fighting, as females, we're fighting our own femininity. We don't want to be too feminine because it will make us look soft and weak. And the more we fight who we are, the unhappier we get, just to prove a point to the man that I can do. Does being empowered mean that I have to stop being feminine and soft and just, you know, just feminine? Like, do I have to be butch to prove a point, like I can do it at work? I need to be like my peers, like my male peers.
If you do that, you'll never you'll always be alone. Because opposites attract. Men like soft women. If you want to be, it doesn't mean that you can't be soft and powerful at the same time. You know, there are some women who are equally gentle. When you meet them, they're very gentle, but they're very aggressive with their work. You understand? You don't have to behave like a man, walk around like a man, so that you can feel like
even talk back like a man.
No.
You just submit. You be humble. And you become what you're supposed to.
You don't feel like you'll be misinterpreted. Now they look at you like my baby sister or like a mommy.
It has its benefits.
When you tell me something, I really don't have to do it until the man says it and says it with
Let me
authority.
tell you, Queen Elizabeth makes supper for the husband. And she's the queen. So you just be who you are.
Still be a
Be
girl.
who you are
It's so
outside there.
easy with
Be
this.
who you are inside there.
Yeah.
Take your
It's true.
position.
Like personally, I enjoy when someone opens for me the door because they think I'm pretty or just feel like, wow, let me just be nice. You know, like there's a lot of chivalry. I like that. Now, if I was always like, I can open it myself, I can do what myself. I mean, we stop enjoying the nice small advantages that we enjoy of being a lady. Yeah.
So we kind of like being.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are seeping out of time. Maybe give us your last words on the empowerment, or say, encourage a girl out there.
Okay, what I'll say that girls, be strong and be who you are.
Guys,
Be
sorry,
proud of yourself.
before we go, you've had that story for girls, exchanging sex for pads.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on
What are we doing to our girls?
For pads, like
Yeah.
for sanitary
There are
towels.
For
places
basic
where pads
amenities, yes.
is like treasure. It's not easy to get. But you can always improvise something. Yeah.
I
No,
hope the
pads
first
came
lady
just the
is
other day. Yeah. You can improvise something and use. Why should you yourself because you're on your piece?
So we're suffering because we don't know. We didn't know we could
you
improvise.
just need to be informed that you can do something. If you don't have the pad, how can you improvise something and use it? Why should you give yourself to a man?
Hilda, your
because of
parting
pad?
shot as we go.
Me, my advice to ladies is pretty simple. Please never surrender your femininity. If you like being a girl, please enjoy it. When it comes to working, when it comes to chasing your dreams, don't be soft about it. Now go hard. So that's just it. Yeah.
I cannot take away or add anything to. Don't go away.